Hello, welcome to this new video. My name is Martina Vincenzi and I am the founder of the VIP Flight Attendant Academy Private Jet Coach. On today's video, I would like to talk to you about caviar, and I would like to do that because I kind of got inspiration from my last flights. So I flew recently as a freelancer, and my customer, she was a caviar lover. So I ended up serving caviar nearly every day, and therefore I just told myself, well, maybe I should speak a little bit more about caviar. And here we are today. So I hope that this video can be helpful for all of you out there who are not familiar with the Caviar Service, or maybe you are feeling uncomfortable when it comes to Caviar Service. You will see that is absolutely super easy. And also maybe for those of you who are about to undertake an interview for a position as a VIP flight attendant. You know, one of the most common questions during the skill set interview is actually, tell me, how would you conduct a caviar service? So here we are today, and hopefully you can, this is gonna help you to study, to prepare yourself. Well, let's get started. First of all, a small introduction. The caviar service is normally a starter, so you serve caviar at the very beginning of the meal, and it's considered a sort of a social service. So people are meant to build up their own canapé by themselves. So you basically have to provide the caviar, you have to provide the garnish, and you have to provide the blinis, which are small pancakes that I will show you later. So anyways, you bring all the ingredients and technically they build up their own canapé in the way they prefer. Also, something very important to say about caviar is that the caviar service is not a must and is definitely not common on board a private jet. Caviar is a luxury product that you buy only upon request. So I knew that my customer, she wanted to have caviar, and therefore I purchased it. Otherwise, you do not take the initiative to buy caviar unless, again, as I said, is requested by the customer or is a special occasion and you really want to impress them. So because of all these reasons, the caviar service is something that you might not experience every day, right? It's something that actually you may wait a long time before it actually happened to you. But we are here today to talk about it. So what type of caviar and what is it actually technically? So caviar are the eggs of the fish sturgeon. The sturgeon fish lives in different parts of the world. Therefore, there are different countries which are famous for producing caviar. Probably one of the most famous is Russia. Then we have the Persian area, we have China, we have Italy. So there are different areas. In many places, the sturgeon are kept inside like pools, and they have to live for quite some time, like 20-30 years, until they are ready to be used for the caviar. The caviar can be black, can be red, or can be gray. In fact, the red one is technically salmon eggs. The black one is the caviar, and the gray one normally comes from Persia, from the Persian area. The most common type of caviar are the beluga and the ochetra. These are also the most expensive, and then so you basically when you go to buy the caviar for your flight, you basically have to identify which type of caviar they want, beluga or ochetra or any other. And then if there is a specific manufacturer that they prefer, so the house that makes the caviar, because there are different producers, that they can they can produce both types or many different types. So you need to know what type and if they have a preferred producer. And therefore you can proceed with your purchase. Bear in mind that the caviar is extremely expensive. Like when I went for my flight a couple of weeks ago, I was in Paris trying to source the caviar, and I ended up spending 1,000 euro for 3 tins of 30 grams. So extremely expensive. 30 grams is normally the one portion size of caviar. So this is like the size for one person, for one person. And then, yeah, it's served basically in a small round-shaped tins that you have to break the seal and open them when it's time to serve them. It is very, very important that the caviar is always kept cool. So it must be, when you are transporting it from, for example, from the shop back to the hotel, they normally give it to you in a cooling bag with a small ice brick to keep the temperature low. Then you have to put it in the fridge as soon as possible and keep it in the fridge until the very last moment before serving it. Well, so when you serve caviar on board a private jet, if you ever are asked for serving caviar, or if you decide to put caviar on your menu, I would say you are one of the luckiest person in the world, because it is extremely easy. There is nothing that you have to cook. There is very little that you have to plate. And so it's very simple, very easy peasy. So normally we do serve caviar in a caviar set. This is a caviar set. I bought it for myself for the trainings on Amazon. We're talking about less than 20 pounds purchase, so it is nothing crazy expensive. In this big bowl in here, you put hopefully crushed ice. If you do not have access to crushed ice, also ice cubes is fine. And then the upper part that goes on top, you put the caviar in here. And to manage the caviar, so to transfer the caviar from the tin inside the caviar set, you use mother of pearl spoons. Also to, let's say, serve the caviar, your customer should receive a caviar spoon, a mother of pearl spoon, each one of them, so they can use this type of spoon to, let's say, touch the caviar. Why is it so important to use the mother of pearl? Because whatever other type of material may very easily break the eggs or even change the taste of the caviar itself. So the mother of pearl is the preferred type of material for the cutlery that you use for the caviar. There are also some mother of pearl plates, but I would say this is like the bare minimum, okay? The caviar set with the mother of pearl spoons is absolutely fine. As I say, caviar comes with some garnish that you have to present on the table, and the customers can build up by themselves the type of canapé that they want, okay? So the type of garnishment, it depends on the taste of your customer and also where they come from. I would say, to stay very classic and traditional, it will be sour cream, it will be chopped dill, it will be chopped egg white, chopped egg yolk, and then additionally you may have also anchovies, you may have red onions, mashed potatoes, and lemon. So I normally order all these ingredients to the catering, and I simply request, please provide garnish for caviar. If I really want to be super specific, if I'm not really sure, or if I feel the need that I have to specify, I will make a list of what I want as a garnishment, and they provide me these ingredients fresh. Then when I receive them, I just transfer them into a bowl or into a small container, and I present them on the table as they are. Last but not least, caviar is served with blinis. I mentioned it to you earlier. Blinis are a Russian pancake, savory. As you can see, they are pretty thin, and this is like, again, very traditional. Normally the blinis are served warm, so I put them in the oven for like a couple of minutes, and then I serve them as bread, so inside a bread basket with a properly folded napkin, obviously, and I propose all these things on the table. As last, I bring the caviar set. And I just let my customers to enjoy the caviar experience. What do you do if you do not have a caviar set on board your private jet? This definitely can happen because if your customer is not a caviar consumer, there is actually no need to buy a caviar set that eventually will just stay and sit in there forever. And you know, I mean, aircraft will never be big enough, and in particular galleys will never have space enough for all the things that we need. So you normally buy if you need it. If you don't need it, you just simply don't buy it. So what do you do if you are all of a sudden requested for caviar but you do not have a caviar set on board your jet? Well, what you can do is to prepare your canapé in advance. So prepare them in the galley, different type of canapés, some with the sour cream, some with the egg white, some with the egg yolk, etc., etc., and just bring them to the table ready made. In this case, we are going to, let's say, cut down the social part of this service. So the customer will actually do not engage anymore with each other during the preparation of their own canapé, because the canapé are made already in front of them. However, is still caviar service. So definitely yes, you can eventually adopt this solution. What I really recommend you not to do is to come out very creative with different ideas of a caviar bowl when you do not have a caviar set. For example, using a soup plate, fill it up with ice cubes and just place the caviar tin in the center. It looks not elegant, it doesn't look, it looks too informal and definitely doesn't look like a private jet. So I'm telling you this because I've seen pictures of this, and I think it's important to point this out. So if you have a caviar set, you use the caviar set and everything is fine. If you do not have a caviar set, then maybe your day is going to be a little bit more complicated because you have to prepare the canapé in advance. Well, I think that's all regarding the caviar. Please try to make yourself familiar. It's nothing too complicated and it's actually quite fun. One last thing that I would like to say about caviar is that it is considered as a superfood because of the quantity of nutrition it carries. So it's actually quite healthy. Well, yeah, that's definitely all for today. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any other videos. And I hope that this was helpful for some of you out there who are about to experience a caviar service, or those who wants to join this fabulous industry and maybe are going to be asked about caviar during their next interview. So that's all for today. Ciao for now and baci baci.